you noticed that the price of buying a new home computer has quietly been climbing out of reach lately? Well, it turns out there's a massive shift happening behind the scenes in the technology world that changes everything about what it means to even own a computer. Today, we're going to be looking at some incredible industry data that reveals why your current machine might just be the most valuable tech asset you own. And we're going to be looking at the real story behind changing retail prices and how you can protect your digital independence without spending a fortune. Now, if you think your household computer is just getting older and less valuable over time, wait until you see what the big tech companies are planning for your wallet next. There is an absolutely massive squeeze happening in the tech world right now, and it all comes down to a word that you have probably heard a million times lately, and that is AI, or artificial intelligence. See, huge multi-billion-dollar corporations are currently in a massive race to build giant artificial intelligence data centers all over the world. And to build these giant digital warehouses, they need an unprecedented number of microchips, especially high-speed memory and storage. Now, because these massive companies are buying up entire factory lines of components, the parts left over for regular consumers, that's people like you and I, well, they've faced major price increases. RAM price increases in particular have been notable. Now, the popular tech channel Gamers Nexus recently traveled across the globe to interview the biggest names in computer manufacturing. And the data they uncovered explains exactly what this is doing to the PC market. Let's take a look at what the head of G-Skill, one of the world's largest computer memory suppliers, had to say about what this has done to retail costs.
Why would a memory company feel pressure when it's the memory prices that are so high? If you could walk through the basic economics of it.
So in terms of IC, back when it was at the low point, I think it was around $3 to $5 per IC. So if we do the math, a single-sided memory module uses 8 ICs. So let's say we're taking $5 per IC. That's $40 per module, just based on the IC. We are seeing that IC pricing jumping to, so let's say $50. Yeah. $50 per IC. That's a 10 times jump. And so you would be seeing a $400 per module cost just on the IC alone.
So what we're learning here is that large blocks of a home computer essential, that is RAM, are being swallowed up by industrial demands. Now, when you see a dramatic RAM price increase like this, it forces the price of desktop PCs, laptops, and even gaming consoles to tick upward relentlessly. Now, for the first time in decades, regular consumer tech isn't getting cheaper and faster every year. It's actually facing a major pricing crunch. But as we'll see next, this isn't just an accident of supply and demand. It's actually part of a much bigger corporate strategy. See, it turns out that while buying a computer used to be a one-time purchase, the industry is trying to turn your desktop basically into a monthly utility bill. Now, for our entire lives, buying a computer meant exactly that. You just paid your money, you brought the machine home, and it belonged to you. But the biggest tech companies in the world are currently trying to shift the landscape toward a model where you never truly own your hardware again. See, instead of selling you a powerful machine that sits safely on your desk and you can use for anything you want, well, what they want to do is they want to sell you a monthly subscription to rent computing power from their cloud services. Now, if this sounds a bit like turning computer ownership into a rental property, well, you're exactly right. It's exactly what it is. Now, Rob Teller, he's a legendary product designer who has spent over 2 decades inventing components for the PC industry. He totally pulled the mask off this corporate goal. Listen closely to his warning about how the industry wants to change your relationship with your technology.
And moreover, they would prefer that you don't have the technology in your home. For profit reasons, for scaling reasons, for reselling reasons, marketing reasons. It's a lot easier to sell someone a compute subscription than it is to deploy these different tiers of consumer hardware at different price points, different buying seasons, and it'd be real great if we could just sell you a compute subscription.
So what does having a compute subscription really mean? Well, basically, it means having just a terminal at your home. That's a cheap, weak device that really doesn't do much more than a monitor does. And that leaves you entirely dependent on corporate networks and their monthly fees just to open your own files. Now, these corporations, they want to move away from personalized, independent home computers because just like it's been shown with software, renting hardware to you forever is infinitely more profitable. Now, as normal consumers, this means the old era of cheap, easily accessible computer upgrades, well, that's facing a major contraction. But you don't have to play this game, because an old computer is a lot stronger than what these corporations want you to believe. See, here's the thing, you likely don't need a $1,000 upgrade to keep up with the world, and the proof is sitting right on your desk at this very moment. Here is the best kept secret in the technology world today. See, we've reached kind of a plateau where older computers are still incredibly fast for real-world tasks, at least for a huge percentage of people. The big tech giants want you to feel anxious about terms like AI productivity because that anxiety pushes you to maybe buy things you don't really need. But if your daily routine involves, say, balancing your household budget, checking your emails, writing documents, organizing your family photos, you don't need the latest and greatest CPU for all that. An old computer that is 3, 4, even 5 or more years old is already an absolute powerhouse for 80% of the things that households typically do on their machines. Now, Rob Teller made an excellent point about this during his interview, explaining why the average person gains almost nothing from chasing the latest expensive hardware trends. Listen to that.
Compute, it works like anything else. If you don't have it, you are not capable. If you have some of it, you are extremely capable. And if you have more of it, you're not necessarily more capable. So for someone who doesn't have a computer to get a cheap computer, they are pretty much as capable as someone with a $20,000 computer.
Right.
If you sold a consumer 512 gig of RAM, they are not any more capable. They're not reading their email any faster.
Right.
They're not figuring out how to make better decisions or do anything like that.
So this is why, for me, I've always been about practical common sense over tech hype, and about only buying what you actually need to do the tasks you need to do. You don't need to spend a small fortune on a new machine just because a commercial tells you to upgrade your old PC, or because Microsoft does even. By treating your current computer as a valuable long-term asset, you keep your hard-earned money in your savings account where it really belongs. Your current system is a safe harbor from the subscription trap that's coming, as long as you know how to take care of it. As far as I'm concerned, you can think of an older computer as being a bit like a reliable old truck. Just a little bit of regular maintenance, a bit of elbow grease, and that can make your older machine run almost like a brand new desktop or laptop. Now, since buying a brand new machine is becoming less affordable due to the recent RAM price increase, and an increase in prices in just about everything else, our best strategy is to become excellent stewards of the tech we already have. Maintaining, repairing, and even intelligently upgrading your old PC is the single best way to maintain your digital freedom without breaking the bank. So think of your computer like a reliable car that you've owned for a while. You wouldn't go out and buy a brand new vehicle just because the oil needs changing or the tires are worn down a bit. Many times an old computer that feels slow or sluggish, it isn't actually broken. It's just maybe weighed down by years of digital junk buildup and software that hasn't been optimized in a while. So taking an afternoon to do some basic digital housekeeping isn't really that complicated, and it can pay off in spades. Clearing out ancient temporary files, removing unnecessary programs that launch automatically, and ensuring your security settings are tight can really breathe immediate life into an old PC. Now, if you need a bit more performance than what you're getting and then that offers you, small affordable hardware changes like adding a fresh solid state drive or a clean install of Windows, well, that can work wonders as well. And if your current operating system is starting to feel heavy or intrusive, friendly alternative software options like maybe Linux Mint can make an old computer run incredibly fast and keep it secure for years to come. And over the next few weeks on this channel, we're going to be walking through simple step-by-step videos showing you exactly how to clean, tune up, and protect your current computer. We're going to make sure your technology works for you on your budget without any corporate monthly fees. And I just want to add one last point. If you haven't seen the Gamers Nexus piece entitled Collapse of Personal Computing, Investigation into the Destruction of Ownership, I highly recommend watching it. It's an incredible piece of tech journalism that provides really deep insights into what's going on right now in personal computing. I'll be putting a link to that video in the description below. Now, I'm Graham Hughes. This is Tech Talk. I want to genuinely thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great week, you keep your tech running smoothly, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you in the next video.